Welcome back, everyone, to Shadows of the Chasm in the realms of Alovar. I am your DM, Cole Wulfrun, and these are my lovely, beautiful players. And that is a cat!
The baby.
Hi!
That is a cat!
Look at that.
See, I trust Val holding a cat. I would not trust Menithiel holding a cat.
Oh yeah, no, she would mess it up.
So, last we left off, the party killed one of the 12 overlords of the chasm, the weakest of them, the Leviathan. And then they met
no reaction.
Bahamut. And Draco got really excited. And then Bahamut relayed some information that he has been stuck down here because his soul is tied to the Night Father, the being that has been causing all these problems and tormenting Elle for her whole life. So, a lot happened. Brutus became a young dragon. He also died for a second, and then Ulrich saved him.
Thanks, Ulrich.
Because it would have been a different Brutus with a different personality.
You are very welcome.
I have like 4 backup personalities for Brutus, like planned out just in case.
That doesn't make me super happy. Actually, now that I think about why you would have 4.
Anyway, we are going to pick back up right where we left off with the fun little detail. You guys are about to start your long rest. You guys were preparing for the night. And you guys each had separate rooms that you were given. And Elle, you did your traditional locking all the doors, everything like that you normally do.
Yes, my usual thing.
And as you all lay down for your rest, Elle, you hear the voice. Don't think that ring will help you. Tonight you will kill. And I have the perfect target. And you awaken, find yourself not in your room, in one of your companions' rooms. You cannot see their face. All you see is a dagger being held above a throat. And the voice is saying, "Go on. Give me the blood I crave. Slit their throat. Gouge out their eyes. Tear out their heart. Give me what I need." And then I'm going to give you a charisma saving throw.
Okay. Please.
So intense.
Got this. You've got this. Breaking news!
It's 29.
Your vision fades for a second. You're able to see, but you're able to stop yourself as you are holding your hand and the blade is right at someone's throat. You're pulling back, holding against it, and he's like, "You know this is what you want, Menithiel. You want the blood. You want the pain. You want the suffering, so that others can suffer the way you were suffered. Kill him. Kill them. Kill them now." One more save.
Okay.
Going a little more unhinged today.
It's
Well-
14.
Now I have to roll. We'll see if you beat.
It's been like 3 minutes. Oh my god.
Literally just got here.
What did I say? Already?
Okay.
PvP.
But you know what it's time for? Rollies, because they also got a 14. So now you're just going to do a straight flat roll, and we'll see who rolls higher.
Okay.
No modifier.
It's 14 again.
Well, you beat it as your blade slightly pierces into a neck. You pull back at the last minute. He's like, "I will have my blood, darling.
She'll go like,
One
"Suck
day."
it, you horned bitch."
And you look down, and a little trickle of blood is coming out of Helia's neck.
Not Helia. Okay.
And Helia, you have been awake for a moment, and you realize that Elle, and you woke up as soon as the blade hit your neck, and probably smartly stayed very still for a moment so it didn't slice you. But now Elle has pulled back. Have fun, guys.
Just drop it right there.
There you go.
um,
Have fun with roleplay.
so I was gonna look at Helia. She's gonna be like, I am so sorry. I should go. And she's gonna try to
Wait.
run away.
I'm gonna try to grab your arm. If you like resist and run away, that's fine. But we'll try to reach out before you leave.
If you take a hold of her head, she'll stay. And she'll be like, you must hate me. I tried to kill you. I am so sorry. That wasn't me.
I know. It's. I could tell it wasn't you. In your eyes. There was someone else there. But.
Helia, you did notice that her eyes were pulsing, like it looked like a little bit of light was emanating from her eyes.
Okay.
It was a violet light.
Okay. I know you're scared. I know it's hard, but we'll kind of like grab like your hand in both of hers. Say, if you let us help, I think we can figure something out. Can't imagine that it's not going to be dangerous, but you don't have to do this alone anymore.
Helian, nothing has ever helped me before. It's been with me since I was a child. I have killed many, and I can't even count anymore. And I would hate for it to also get you. You've been the nicest person to me ever, and I can't imagine hurting you as well.
Well, you've never been with a party like this, have you? Surrounded by what seems like fairly powerful people. We know who this is now. We have potential lead on stopping this at this point, with knowing he's down here.
That's true. But
We all have our demons. Some more literal than others, I think,
mine's
but
very literal.
but
I can't control when he comes. I can't control the feeling, and I do not know when he's gonna come. I do not know how to stop him. All I know is when I wake up, there's blood all around me. That's why I lock myself up all the time. But it hasn't been helpful lately.
why don't we have someone keep watch with you? Instead of you being alone and all of us being asleep, we have someone stay. That way we know if the locks aren't helping anymore. We have magic.
Do you think the others would be as receptive as you are? You've seen what I did. I almost killed you. How can you
It's
be okay
nothing.
with that?
Because the Feywild's a weird place, but I've seen a lot. And I know things aren't black and white. They never are. It's...
On the note of the cut, Helia, I need a con save.
Okay. Good start with rolls. That's a 12.
Helia, you feel yourself like you're about to pass out. And Elle, you notice a distinctive purple in Helia's blood from a poison that you unconsciously use regularly. A paralytic poison.
No. Helia?
Yeah?
You must listen to me closely. I think my blade has been poisoned. And,
Okay.
And you might get paralyzed soon.
No.
Would you happen to have any spells that might help you? Because I sure don't.
Potentially. I'm gonna first try, do you know if it's magic or is it a true poison?
Do I know if it's magic?
It is poison derived from the glands of green dragons. So
Actual poison? Okay.
Yeah, it's actual poison.
Okay. Let me look at through all of my million spells. Hold on. I have so many things. I didn't pick as many low-level healing stuff because 70 hit points at once more useful. Let's see. Sorry. I'll try. First off, a just healing word. See if it seems to expel it, because I don't think I have anything specifically for poison. Cole.
Yeah, go ahead. And you try that spell. You try it, and the poison starts to leak out because it was only a nick, so only a little bit of the poison got in there.
Okay.
And flows out, and it falls on the floor and starts to sizzle and burn.
Are you okay?
A bit dizzy, but I think I was worse yesterday.
Seems like it's gone now.
Yeah.
Thank God.
We have,
This is what I can do to you. You almost got paralyzed.
and that was a first level healing spell that got rid of it. We have options, and I know you're scared. Again, I won't say this won't be dangerous, but I don't want you to feel like you're alone. I've been there.
Oh, thank you. You made me feel better, but I definitely need someone to take watch on me because I might kill someone one day or another if there's no repercussions made.
Yeah.
I got this ring from at Edith, but it seems to only help a little bit.
Okay.
So
yeah. Okay.
I might have to have some awkward conversations with the rest of the group.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No. We'll figure it out.
I'm very excited for that. Will you be there with me for that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Helia. You are
Of course.
the best. And if anything, I've got your back too.
Glad to hear it. All right. Yeah. I can. I'm awake now at this point. I can sit with you if you want. You get your rest, and then we might have a little bit later start in the morning. For me to get an extra nap, but I think it'll be fine. I don't think they're super excited to leave this place right now, so.
Hey,
Yep.
Oh, no, not. If you guys are going to try to take your rest now, Elle and Helia, stand guard. Draco, you have a dream. A dream that starts with you clad in finer armor than you've ever worn, in Midgard, flying Brutus alongside several other Fey-born dragon riders, with ancient dragons leading a charge. It feels glorious, it feels amazing. And then you find yourself on a bloody battlefield. The bodies of elves, half-elves, Kolsar, dragonborn strewn at your feet, as you are being led to war against Midgard. And you look up, and across from you, standing on the field of battle with his bow pointed at you, is Aaron. And you hear a voice, a deep voice that you recognize from legend. Slay the mortals. You hear what can only be understood as Tiamat's voice. And you wake up.
The first thing that I do, I think, is look around. A little shaken. I think normally, like, when I do my sort of meditative trance, it's much more like vague imagery, imaginative. So to have something so visceral is jarring.
Upon your lap is Brutus's head. They built him like a little cat hammock outside of your room, and his head is in through a window, laying on your lap because he's too big to fit in your room.
Gonna wake up. I think I'll check. Is he still sleeping?
He's just sleeping content.
Okay, then I'm just gonna like very gently like rest my hand. I think right in that space where like the horn meets the skull, and I think I'm gonna gently get up and just sort of try to like stretch, sort of like do some calisthenics. I don't have a real like way of processing that kind of imagery. I don't think it's so much information, and in my head I'm trying to figure out why Aaron was there, why Tiamat was there, how many of those people did I kill, how much blood was on my hands. And so I think yeah, the only thing that I will do is do a couple of warm-ups, and then I think just start like, kind of calisthenics, running through like footwork. I don't think I'm, fully pulling out the pike, but I do think sort of like, shadow boxing, but with a pike, essentially. Sort of imagining myself through movements and just anything to get rid of that feeling that I just had.
Okay. Aaron and Ulrich, actually, you two have similar visions, but on the opposing side. You see dragons razing your land, killing them. Aaron, you are holding an older knight's body in your arms as teeth marks are in his armor piercing through. And lightning crackling where the bite marks are, as if done by a lightning dragon of some kind. Ulrich, you have visions of being torn between the two sides, as the Lady Ashlyn sides with one and your heart tells you to go to the other. You have no clear image in your head of which side is which. You just know you see your new friends facing down. You look down and you see Aaron firing arrows at Draco, and you're unable to intervene. Cry out to scream for them to stop, but you have no voice. And then you two both wake up abruptly.
Aaron kind of like.
Oh no, you spoke first.
Yeah, Aaron just gets up and immediately goes and finds a space and kind of like sets up, like if there's like an old like log or a large like piece of wood or something, just kind of sets up and just kind of like almost mechanically processing through this, just kind of goes through the motions of shooting his like 100 shots in the morning. So I think like as like Draco is like walking around as well, just hears like the thrum of the bowstring, just that like just as Aaron like shoots all his arrows, walks over to the target, picks them all back up, walks back to where he was, and he does that like 8 times, just very, very mechanically with like very, very furrowed brow. He is thinking about it a lot, but finds himself unable to come to any conclusions about it. So he's mostly he just kind of remains confused for the whole time.
Okay. Ulrich?
That was probably very heartbreaking for Ulrich. Not only has he lived most of his life without any family or any close friends or anything like that, and then seeing people that he's like, these people are my friends, we sit together, we eat together, we're on this crazy adventure together, we have to trust each other, and now they're here and they're trying to kill each other, and like, what's going on? And like, why would I feel so conflicted about siding with someone my lady isn't a part of? And what does that say about my oath to her? So I'll leave my room and I try to sit in a place that's near people but very alone, and he just starts to quietly play his lyre, like a very like like a lament, like a Celtic lament, and he just silently weeps.
Wendy, you have no visions, but you awake to a knock at your door.
He'll take his makeshift cloth eye thing off. Hello?
You hear the Bahamut. We need to speak, Wendy.
Oh my word, I haven't even had coffee yet. One moment. He's gonna take his precious time, like doing long stride stretches over to the door. He'll open the door and he's doing like a tree pose.
In his hand, Bahamut is conjuring an illusion of a ring.
He immediately just drops. What do you know about that?
I know Alagos has it. He's the one your mother made the deal with. Wendy, or should I say, my Lord Prince of Camorra.
Nothing here. How do you know all this?
I am a god, connected to Alagos on a spiritual level. Your mother made it.
Say that.
Your mother made a deal with him to sway the war against the Kolsar in your people's favor, to try to win the throne away from her brother.
Details.
And then she was banished, where she met your father. Yes. An heir to the Camoran throne, hiding who he really is.
Well,
You didn't come here for a job. You don't care about money. You're here for this. And it shows a ring spinning in his hand, like an illusion of it. A ring with the symbol of a dragon wrapped around the gem, and the gem in the center being a sapphire. The symbol of
well,
house...
it does belong to me.
Indeed. That's the illusion fade. So you have reasons to want to kill Alagos.
I do. Unless he's, like, willing to hand it over, willingly. I doubt that.
Then I suggest you weaken him as much as you can by killing an overlord or two. Because as your party stands, you are nowhere near ready.
Overlord or two. Not 12. Just clarifying, right?
Not necessarily. That's Cindy speaking through. Wendy should just be like, guys. But
It's like the DM meta speak. Like, you don't have to do that, right? It's like, you can walk away. You can run.
Now,
Hey, no hero complex.
The more powerful of a creature you slay, the weaker he'll become. So, the spider and the griffin will be your best bets. The spider being his most valued pet.
Well, hit him when it hurts. Alright, alright. Did you say where this spider was?
Through that forest. Or, yeah. There is a forest in the chasm. It has no name, but it is... We simply just call it the deep. But there is no escaping when you've entered unless you kill that beast. The darkness is thicker there than it is in other parts of the chasm.
Because you seemed on board with us fighting all the monsters, getting your people out of here and such. Why are you giving me this extra push?
Because I am bonded with Elagos, and I know that if you do not get that ring back... Well, I don't even know if you know this. Your mother will die. Soon. How old are you
What?
again? How old are you again, Wendy?
Good question. I am,
Roll for age.
I'm a good, 102. Well, we'll just throw that. I am 102 years old, sure.
The deal your mother made with Elagos, if was also shortened her lifespan. She will die 110 years after the deal was made, and she met your father 7 years after she was exiled. So if you don't do this, your mother will die in less than a year. And her soul will belong to Elagos forever.
Well, more the reason that we need to get on over there and not waste our time fighting all these beasts. I don't plan on dying down here.
Good boy. And he pats you on the head and just goes, now go get your coffee or whatever you need. But just know the Empire has made many enemies.
Oh, I know. Just because you're helping me doesn't mean I trust you, just so you know.
Maybe you'll make a good emperor after all. And he walks away.
Well then.
The current emperor doesn't have any kids, so technically he
Yeah.
dies. Wendy gets the throne.
That sounds like a terrible idea. I'm so sorry, everyone. Oh no.
So, you are in... Elle, the rest of your sleep goes without issue. Except a constant laugh in the back of your head.
This asshole, eh?
You awake. Helia's still there, I'm assuming.
Yeah. She's not like elven meditating, but kind of sitting on the ground next to the bed, with not like facing Elle, like staring, but just kind of getting both the door in her view as well as Elle, and just humming to herself. It looks like potentially drawing something, just trying to keep herself busy without like fully taking attention away from the job.
Right. And since now Ella's awake, she'll just say, "Hey, anything happens afterwards? No."
No, didn't seem like exactly restful sleep, but nothing.
this-
You didn't try to get up or anything.
This demon just keeps laughing in my head. It's the most annoying thing, you know?
Can't imagine, but no, that doesn't sound super restful.
I wish
Yeah.
just one day I could just laugh on his head, you know?
Maybe we'll get that chance.
Yeah. When I pluck out his eyeballs. That would be fun.
Oh my god.
Well,
That seems justified at this point with the amount of murders.
it's caused you
that he's
trouble
made you
too,
do.
You know? So,
Okay. Yeah. I'm
shall we
gonna.
go with the others, or did you have anything else to do?
Would I have gotten close to at all a full rest? With that?
Yeah, you would have gotten a long rest, yeah. I'll give you a long
Okay.
rest.
Okay. Yeah. We can go find the others. I'm not sure if they'll be awake yet or not, but we can go look.
Let's get a coffee or something.
Yeah. Wonder if Ulrich will be up cooking already.
That's a question.
For
Ulrich,
sure.
did you go cook, or were you too stressed out?
Ulrich fell asleep where he was,
Oh,
so uh, his face is probably tear stained and eyes are like really red. Just sort of like curled up like, on the floor somewhere with his lyre.
jeez. Um, let's let him sleep for a little bit longer. I'm gonna go um get some food together for everyone. If you want to join or if you had something else to do, we can meet up and talk with everyone later.
Join you. That sounds like a fun time. I've never done this before, so
Yeah,
sounds
I'll show you.
exciting.
I don't know if I'm the greatest cook, but I have my practice for sure. So,
You cook wrath pretty well, you know.
oh,
What do they got in the kitchen?
yeah, no, let's go see what they have. All right, we'll go get some food, get some coffee.
All right. Wandy, I assume you went straight for the coffee after that conversation. So you guys walk in, and Wandy has just got the coffee mug, just like that. That's about how I imagined. Before we do that conversation, though, Draco, your path back down to the others passes through where the training ground would be, and you see Aaron just doing his normal arrow thing.
I think I'm not gonna be super obvious about it. I have a decently high passive insight though. Passive of 15. I am trying to clock the vibe. Is there anything that would be obviously going on with Aaron, or is it pretty stone cold, like, okay, he's just shooting his arrows like he always does?
No, I mean, Aaron's basically a teenager. I don't think he hides his emotions well. I think it's very obvious that he is preoccupied. Um, every now and then, like, he's shooting, and this is like practice, so he's calm and focused. So he's like, basically all of the arrows he's shooting are like really close, clustered together, center target. But whenever one is like just off, not with the rest of the group, he's like, you can tell he's like very frustrated about it, but not in like a but he's kind of goes like, it's more like he's disappointed in himself. He's very obviously, his mind is somewhere else, and he's a little flummoxed.
I think then as Jericho's walking back, seeing that, I think himself like decently like tired himself at this point. I think sees a little bit of a kindred mentality there, of like, clearly you're upset and your reason or like method to fixing it was train and do something that makes the sad noise quiet. And so I think as I maybe watch one arrow that hits like a little bit off, and I see that reaction, I'll just give you a look, sort of like try to make eye contact, and I'm gonna try to gauge, like, is this a moment where you're cool if I say something, or is this like not cool?
I think he sees you, he like pauses and like starts to walk over to get his arrows out of the target, and then he sees you, and I think there is a moment of like he kind of like pauses mid-step for a second, and then you see him like shift his attitude. He's very obviously, now that he has noticed you watching, trying to appear a little more confident in his current state. Like, you see him kind of like shift a little bit, like stands up a little straighter, walks a little faster. He's definitely approachable right now, but noticing that he is now interacting with someone, he has changed. He has put on his face, as it were.
I think I think Draco clocks that. And I'm just gonna, like, as you're walking to the target, as I see the stature change, the face mask change, the, like, sort of not quite challenging but almost challenging look across the eyes, I think I'm gonna I'll look back at the arrows and then just sort of nod, and I'll turn back and you're a good shot.
Did Draco say that? I didn't hear.
Yeah, Draco's just gonna look at the arrows, look back, and you're a good shot.
Thank you. I practice a lot to be so. So as soon as you stop training and trying to get better, you get worse. So.
Sure. Training for anything specific, or just trying to stay sharp?
I mean, always, I guess, to stay sharp and maintain it, but seems like we've also got perhaps a couple of monsters that we're gonna have to kill, so probably be good just to make sure that I'm present, I guess.
Yeah.
Sorry,
monsters.
I didn't sleep well, so I'm just trying to get ready for the day, I suppose.
Same.
Start the day out with something I know how to do, and move from there.
Yeah, I get that. I did the same thing. I didn't. I don't like. But yeah, it's similar. So anyway, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. A lot of people practice and don't get this good. So, got to be some skill, right?
It's people are born with talent, but it takes time to turn talent into skill. There's a reason I prefer to use a bow more than a sword. I'm way better at using a bow than a sword.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I don't think I'm patient enough, if I'm being honest. As soon as I get the bow out, I'm like, why am I standing here?
For what it's worth, I don't think I have the I don't even really know how to describe it, but I couldn't use a larger weapon the way you do. I don't think I think
I've heard it called stupidity before, so could use that. You could call it pretty much whatever you want.
On a paladin? No.
Me trying to use a great sword or a glaive or anything larger than something. Well, as soon as I have to rely on raw physical power, that's when the coordination just goes away.
Yeah, I guess it's all raw physical power, though, right? Just channeling it differently, right?
I suppose. Were you trained? Because I know you're part of an order of dragon riders, it seems. Were you brought up as like a squire or something like that, or did you just find your way into it?
Well, I guess I sort of found my way into it. I definitely wasn't. I don't think anything about the way my story has gone thus far has been standard by any means. I found Brutus, and then me and Brutus found the material plane, and then we found the order, and then they showed me everything that I know. I mean, I guess I kind of went out of my way to try and learn some extra stuff. I hate being tied down to what everybody else is up to. So, but yeah, and you Squire, you sort of.
Yeah. My father is a knight, and he's not really my father. I was he found me, or someone brought. he's never really told me, and to be quite honest, I've never really asked exactly how I came into his care. It doesn't really seem. I don't know, the things before he was my father doesn't seem to matter very much. But no, he raised me, and soon as I could, he, put a training sword in my hand and started teaching me history and swordsmanship, archery, etiquette.
Oh, so you're well-rounded, I see. You got the whole kit, huh?
I didn't excel as much in the books and magic department. He wanted me to be as well-rounded as possible, but magic was just something that I can't make those connections in my head. Something about, I don't know, maybe it's just the way I think or the way I operate, but I
think you're too tense, you just sort of, you're trying to muscle it,
Well, he used to tell me if I spent as much time studying as I spent practicing a bow, that I'd probably have a better grasp of intellectual matters.
Maybe. I don't know about intellectual matters. I mean, the books, that was never my forte. Magic, though, I think the magic is, I don't know, man. I think about Brutus, right? Like, if Brutus is trying to muscle his way through the sky, we're both falling. You just kind of like rides the currents, Let the current do the work. Let the magic do the work, man. It's not about trying to muscle it.
The old luck will, I don't know if it's luck, but I can only really manage the magical shots I do with my bow, and then a few small magical effects here and there. Nothing to write home about, but I can do it. I can do magic when I'm shooting, but I just can't seem to when I'm not in that headspace. And then I think it just comes down to I never had that much aptitude when it comes to studying and logical connections. And I look at like a spell, and I can see the pieces of it, and I see the components and the words and the gestures and the material and all that, but I just can't. It just doesn't click in my brain, and I just can't make it happen in any other context.
Yeah, I think you're like talking about all the pieces, man. I think you just gotta, sort of sit into it. You just sort of do it. I don't think, it's like,
I don't know exactly what you mean, but I'll think on it.
Yeah, right on. I don't know. Listen, I had a teacher. Yeah, no, you.
No,
hey,
no,
please
no,
go.
you. No, you.
No,
go.
first,
no,
please.
No,
you.
No, you.
You
please,
were starting. I interrupted you.
You had already started, and I interrupted you.
Okay. Well, all I was gonna say.
You think you can out-polite me?
Just kiss
No,
already.
I wouldn't dare, man. You got me like dead to rights on the politeness thing. I got no chance. But I was gonna say, like, I had I guess it's been so long now, I don't remember who it was. But they always said, I'd rather be lucky than good. And I thought that was such an interesting thing to say, because, I mean, most of the people that I grew up around were obsessed with being good. Everything was a skill, you have to work on your, the footwork or the guard placement, these paladins that walk around and they're like, oh, your guard's off, oh, that's not really second, and it's like, okay, sure, but like at the end of the day, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good,
That's how my father is with making sure I'm on top of things and making sure my feet are in the right place and all that.
That's exhausting, huh? I mean, you seem better at it than I am. I definitely struggle. You seem to have the like structure down. That was never gonna happen for me. I was
I'm still learning. So
see, that right there immediately proves that you're better at it than me, because I'm like are we done yet? Like, have I gotten enough of it that I can just like do the thing? You know, because I'm like, that's where you learn, right? Like, it's when you're doing it. It's like the front end. It's like, fine, okay, yeah, sure. I've practiced my footwork in this like stupid, cold, dark stone room. But then like you're out there and there's like another dude. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, this makes sense. You just sort of like do it, you know?
That's one of the reasons I'm out here. You know, my father trained me, but it got to a point where I was gonna have to actually put to practice the things that I learned. And I had done that once before. I went traveling for about a year or so, just sort of going around doing things. It feels so silly to say it out loud, but doing knightly things to sort of show my father that I was ready to become a knight. And I got back and it just didn't seem like I was. But like he thought I was. So here I am again.
He seems like he sets the bar pretty high for you, huh?
Oh, he is, and he is an incredible, you know, he is whatever you think a knight should be is what my father is. And so it's not even that he means to set the bar high, it's just him.
It's just who he is, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm sure he's awesome. He's not you.
Maybe
That's
you'll
for
meet
sure.
him one day.
Gods, if he's everything you say he is, I hope not. Might need to steer clear of that. I don't want anybody, you know, showing me how bad my footwork is. But
Yeah.
listen, I'll leave you to it.
As you guys are chatting, Brutus walks up and he nudges. It's like, bacon.
Hey, we'll get bacon in a second, buddy. I was just talking to Aaron. Hey,
Well,
we're gonna go.
I was gonna go get breakfast too. I think
Oh
it's
yeah, you can just walk with us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like look for a second, and I'm gonna say, and I again, I hate that. You said you didn't sleep well, and I'm like, I didn't sleep super awesome either. You didn't have like a dream, like a weird dream or anything, like right? Like you just was bad night, restless kind of thing.
Just a bad night. Couldn't sleep very well, I suppose.
Roll me
New place.
deception, Aaron.
The music right then.
The reason I picked this track, it works perfectly for what's going on.
Where's my deception bonus? +2.
It's too bad.
Oh, 19.
It's too bad insight doesn't go off charisma, or Draco would be really good at it.
I actually do have a pretty good insight.
Yeah, your wisdom's not bad.
I got a +5. Can I roll insight?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 19 is what I got.
Roll insight for me, Draco.
It's a natural 20.
First of all, how dare you?
I know.
You know.
I shoot Draco in the face.
He is.
Yeah, I'm like, did you?
He's definitely lying.
All the PvP.
He absolutely had a nightmare, and you can tell from the way he's acting.
Do I get any indication that
With
the
him.
lie is like direct? Like, yeah. How much do I pick up on? Like,
So
why
with a
he's lying?
25, you notice Aaron kind of avoiding your gaze after answering the question. It seems whatever is bugging him involves you.
Yeah, he definitely. I think like when you ask that, he like turns around to like. He's like, no, and then turns around to like get his bow and his arrows and stuff. He's definitely trying to avoid making eye contact with you in this moment.
So whatever's bothering Aaron, it involves you.
I think I'll watch you like walk to get your arrows. I don't follow. Yeah, just a restless night. Well, yeah. We'll go on. You get your arrows. You take care of what you need to take care of. I don't want to get in your headspace. But
it's time for breakfast anyway.
Sure.
So, As you guys leave, Brutus, not quite used to his new body yet, runs really fast and then turns back, and you guys are way far behind him. He's like, "Oh right, oh I'll wait." And he sits, just waits for you guys at the door, and then he looks down and realizes that Ulrich is sleeping, holding his lute in the doorway. He's like, "Oh, bacon dude."
I turn back, like, what do you mean bacon?
He's sleeping. He's on the ground, dude.
I sort of like jog over. I will say, I think visually, when I clock that you're lying, I think that the leaves that sort of adorn like my shoulders start to take on like that damp, darker brown coloring that you get once those like fall leaves have fallen for too long. And I think that's the only visual indication that you would get that something was clocked. But I'm going to turn, jog towards Ulrich, and I think see him sort of lying there. Is Ulrich awake?
I believe he was still asleep, just holding his lute. He just fell asleep where he was after going on a little walk.
Yeah, my lyre.
Your lyre, yeah. He's holding his lyre, asleep. Brutus is like, "Bro, they made him sleep on the floor. That's not cool, man."
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
at some point when they were going back and forth, Healy didn't wake Ulrich up, but did like put like a pillow like behind his back just to get him slightly off the floor. So like letting you sleep because it seems like you needed it, but not trying to get you a little bit more comfortable while I was getting food prepared.
I think I'm gonna like sort of gesture to Brutus. I'm like, yeah, I don't think we should wake him up, buddy. I think looks like it was a rough night all around.
You can see Brutus wants to say something about wanting bacon, but he literally goes, "Nah, I think you're right, man. I think we should leave him alone. He looks like he went through some stuff. Because as Brutus grew to a young dragon, he has matured quite a bit."
Well, emotional maturity, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Overnight, if only that's how it worked for humans.
If only.
And he's just like, "Yeah, we should leave him alone. But you could check. We should check on him later, though. Make sure he's okay."
Yeah, no, we will. We will for sure. I'm gonna. Well, actually, hold on. Let me make sure I don't have anything super fun that I can do right now.
Pull out a magic marker.
Yeah, right. Draw a little mustache.
Jigglypuff style.
Jigglypuff. I was
Yay.
about to say Jigglypuff style. No, I'm not gonna start singing. None of you will thank me.
We're all just gonna fall asleep.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I don't have anything super fun that I can do.
Okay.
So I'm gonna leave it. But I did want to ask if there like, do I smell food from anywhere or like coffee or anything that would indicate
You would
that
smell
like somebody's.
coffee coming from the like kitchen-esque area of this tree, and food. Helia has been cooked. Helia and Elle have been trying to cook, and while you guys were
Yeah.
chatting,
Are we like in a place where like Elle would be able to hunt down some rats because she's been living in like the woods for a very long time, and all that she's been able to cook was like small animals, and most of the time it would be like rats or rabbits.
in the
That's more
in the
smarter.
sanctuary of Bahamut, probably not. I mean,
Okay.
you could kill. There's a couple rabbits and small, like cats and dogs, but you notice very quickly that they are pets of the people here. So you could kill and eat them, but I'll leave that up to you, Elle.
All right, Elle would come up to.
Maybe one of them
Helia
could
and
help
she would,
cook.
like- Oh, the rabbit?
Rats.
Oh, I was thinking of like the rat. You know,
Like
maybe
Ratatouille?
the rat. Yeah, get like a little. You know.
Oh my god.
I always forget that that's the
Rent a
rat's
kid.
name because that's my girlfriend's name, so it just throws me off every time you
Oh my
Remy the
God.
rat, and I'm like, oh right.
Okay, yeah. So she would come up to Helia and she would be like, "Hey, since our cook is down, literally. I think maybe we should cook something nice for him as well, just because
Yeah.
he's been cooking for everyone for a very long time. So
Yeah.
um,
I think he
I
deserves
only
a
know
bit of
how
a
to
break.
cook rats and rabbits, but maybe you can help me.
Yeah, no.
Apparently
Learn.
squirrels.
Absolutely.
Squirrels.
And I'll start showing Elle like some basic cooking, cutting things up, frying, and I'm going to kind of slowly kind of teach work on like teaching cooking to keep Elle busy, but at the same time once she starts getting the hang of it and we're getting everything set up, I'm also going to cast Hero's Feast as well, like while we're cooking, and kind of infusing the food and adding more to the spread that we have.
Okay.
So we've got a bit of everything, and then we can get some good wisdom saves and whatnot. Um,
Yeah, this will be useful. So, you guys do that. Wandy's just sitting there with her coffee mug. And then after the hero's feast and everything, the rest of your party walks in, as does Bahamut with several of his... Well, are adult gold dragons, but they are in dragonborn shape right now, and they also sit down to eat. And just kind of around you guys, but not, like, with you. But Bahamut walks right up to Elle and goes, Menithiel, may I have a word?
Sure. Is it something serious?
Yes. Just a private discussion I need to have with you about your... Well, I was going to call him patron, but you didn't willingly serve him, so...
It's always about this one. Okay. You have my attention.
He leads you into another room, and he... Obviously, I need you to kill him. But I've been doing some research while you all were sleeping, and there's a complication. He pulls out a black knife, hands it to you by the blade. This is one of 5 different weapons, the weapons of separation. This dagger, if he's killed with it, will separate his body from soul, and thus not harm me, allowing me to eradicate his soul without the protection of his physical form. If you don't kill him with that dagger, he'll just keep coming back. Because he's a deity after all. These 5 weapons are the only true ways to kill a deity. The dagger is the only one that we know where it is, and it's right here. The axe was stolen years ago. And I know you want the satisfaction of killing him. So I'm trusting you to deliver the final blow with this.
You don't even know how much I want to kill him. I want to see him suffer, not just die.
I had a
also,
feeling.
As long as I can get his eyeballs, I can do this for you as well.
Very well. Now, whoever lands the final blow with their conventional means will put him in a sort of stunned state where he won't be able to act for a brief period of time. That's when you'll need to strike. And
Okay.
doing this, you will have the god Bahamut in your debt.
And
I will grant you 1 boon, if it's in my power to grant, if you succeed.
I'm so sorry, but who are you? Elle would not know who Bahamut is because she is literally oblivious to the rest of the world. She has been living in the woods, just trying to deal with her problems.
My apologies, I should have guessed. Bahamut, god of redemption. And just know that killing him will redeem you of all the crimes you've committed. I will wash them all from the ledger of your soul.
So I'll be okay if I take care of him?
The guilt will be gone. I'll be sure of that. Everything. You will be able to live your life as you want for the first time since you were born.
Sounds like a very good deal, but is there a catch in there that I'm missing?
I understand with your dealings with other gods and Fae that there's always a catch, but I am not that kind of entity. I'm the god of justice and redemption, and what was done to you was cruel. You deserve redemption and justice for what has befallen you. Many people deserve justice for what Alagos has done to them. You stabbing that knife into his heart will be the justice that he deserves, and your redemption for all the lives you have taken and attempted to take. And he glances towards Helia.
Am I in the room? I thought they left.
He went to like another room, like adjacent, and he just glances. He glances in the direction of. Also, I should say he glances in the direction of the room they were in, which Elle could interpret, seeing as there's only one person in that group that she's tried to kill.
So far.
So far.
So far.
How many long rests is it going to take to get to
I've
the
killed a
Night
couple
Father?
squirrels, but... Okay, we still have a couple nights left, so who knows? Who knows? Elle's gonna look in that direction as well, and she'll say, I have never been close to a group of people like that before, especially Helia, and if there is any type of protection you can provide for me that would save them from Alagoth, I will take it, and I will do anything else in return for you as well.
If it was within my power to protect you from Alagos, which normally it would be, I would. But when he bound his soul to mine, he has no power to stop me, and I have no power to stop him. I cannot interfere in anything he does, so long as we are bound. But, so you already have a little boost, and he gestures to the ring. Just be sure one of your friends is watching you at night. You may want to tell them all.
I have been thinking of doing that, and it seems like it is time. I hope they don't kill me before I get a chance to kill Alagoth myself.
You have my vote of confidence, shall we say. Which I know may not mean much to the rest of them, but I know it might mean something to Draco. And
I guess.
just give Brutus scritches right under the chin, and he'll forgive you for anything.
Alright.
It's bronze
I
dragons
guess,
and under the chin. I don't know what it is with bronze dragons, but they love under the chin.
Okay, I guess I'll get him some of that under the chin action as well. And
That sounds so wrong out loud, but I know it's not, but it just sounds so wrong. Said under the chin action, oh yeah. I should have given him like a Guido voice.
Here, Brutus.
I just should have given him like a Guido voice, like, oh yeah, that's the good stuff right under the chin right there. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Christian's
I do
just
not
like,
the
please.
vibe we've created in the studio.
Christian's like, I'm pretty happy with the voice Cole picked now. Listen, Himbo Brutus
Maybe
is
I'll
better
stick
than
to
Guido.
bacon. Maybe I'll stick to bacon.
Now that you've said it like that, anytime anyone scratches him there, it's gonna be a little weird.
Perfect.
I didn't even think of it until I looked over and saw Christian laughing his ass off at that statement. And I knew exactly where his brain went, so it's immediately where my brain went.
While I was saying it, it's like my soul left my body and was watching myself say it, and I was like, oh no, it's not good.
So literally a D&D character. So, Bahamut just puts his
So-
hand on your back and he says, "Now join your friends. After you leave my sanctuary, this will be the last safe harbor any of you have until you finish your mission."
Thank you. I will do my best. And just to make sure, I have to use this dagger and drive it through his heart.
Yes.
And I get his eyeballs. Yes.
You can do whatever you want with his corpse, whatever you're done with it. I cannot.
Oh, perfect. Maybe I'll grab a couple more things. But
Phrasing.
anyway, thank you. Thank you. She'll try to fist bump.
He gives you a fist bump back because while he is an eloquent and refined god, 90% of his paladins are himbos. So, exhibit A and B.
So, Draco?
Exhibit A and B, Kylan and Draco.
You just dap him up.
Just do knuckle down. Hey, what's up, family? Hey, what's up? Just do the knuckle down.
Oh, what's up? What's up? What's good? All right, listen. About to head out. We'll
Been
catch you on the
cool.
flip.
So, he gives you a fist bump back just instinctually because of his interactions before, and you walk back into the room, and Helia has made the hero's feast for everybody. At this point, Draco and Aaron are there. Nobody's woken Ulrich up yet, so I'm actually going to have Ulrich, you feel a little tap on your forehead.
The dice.
So he starts to like slowly wake up, just sort of like real groggy.
Rise and
Like,
shine. Rise and shine, little paladin.
morning.
Your friends are waiting for you. And he offers you a hand up.
I want to, but it's just like too tired, so I just do the whole like.
Muhammad picks you up and princess carries you. And just like, and I know what troubles you. In the chasm, the Night Father gives people twisted visions of the future. They are twisted in some way. So what you saw is a reflection of what might happen if the worst were to happen in the world.
Mm.
You and your friends can stop it.
And like at that, Ulrich perks up and is like renewed with determination. Like, oh, it's not, the future isn't set in stone.
He
We can change.
He plops you down, pats you on the shoulder, and he goes, "I see why Draco's so fond of you. Go join your friends."
I give him like a chest salute thing, and then I turn and I go meet everyone else.
He watches you walk away, and as you walk away, he turns his head. "We need to have a serious discussion, Aisling." And then we're going to cut away from that, because y'all don't get to know what the god and the angel are talking about.
I mean, you could just tell us.
Sus.
He's wagging his finger very, very hard.
Shame.
But also, like, you raised a good boy, but you're lying to him. So you guys all meet up back at the table. Helia has made some very tasty treats and some bread with Elle's
Magically
help.
infused.
Magically infused with Hero's Feast.
Yeah. If you didn't see it in the chat, everyone gets 12 HP added to their max. So that'll stay until tomorrow morning. Or until I cast it again tonight if I have another spell slot, so I can use Hero's Feast as smoothly as possible. But when Ulrich comes up, Healy will give you a copy too.
So that's on top of the other hit points we got yesterday? Oh, not yesterday.
No. No, that's instead.
Oh.
That like replaces it.
Okay.
Because the Hero's Feast lasts 24 hours.
You guys are sitting, and this is your time to sit around and talk for a moment before y'all head out into the depths of the chasm, and it's your time to decide where to go. To remind you of your options, you have the mountains where the great wolf is said to be, the forest with the spider that devours light, who Wendy was told probably the most important to kill,
Hmm.
and the griffin who darkens the skies. So flying, mountains, or forest all lead pretty much in different ways directly to Alagos's palace.
All right. Well, Oric at first, thanks for like the breakfast and like, hey, just I know I usually cook, but this is great. Thank you so much. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Seemed like you needed your rest, so I figured someone else can take
Yeah.
over for a day.
Yeah, and he kind of like rubs, and I think you could probably still see like the stains on his face. He hasn't quite rubbed them all away.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes and sits with everyone else, and he starts to like sit back and looks at everyone like a outsider looking in, and he's like appreciating everyone and their sort of the way they eat a certain something like someone might toss grapes up in the air and like catch it, or like someone cuts their food in a very particular way before cutting it in half again, putting their fork down and
Someone's-
then eating it very nightly or what have you.
Someone's feeding me grapes. That's fine.
So like little stuff like that, and then Oric says, "Guys, I had a really bad dream last night."
I think, yeah, you see, like Draco's eyes just like, because I think if you're appreciating the way people eat, I think it's definitely like he's just got whatever the meat is, and it just, as he's like shoveling it into his own mouth, he sort of like tosses some of it in Brutus's direction.
You
He's
also,
very just like,
you also notice some of the gold dragons that are in humanoid form bring up a entire roasted cow for Brutus. They were like,
yeah, and I'm like, okay, yeah, you're done. You're fine. You're not getting any
He
more
just-
of mine. You got your own food.
he just goes, "Oh my god, dude, I love it here."
Where did
Yeah, I
that
know, it's pretty
cow,
awesome. But
though?
as soon as I hear bad dream, I just like eyes just lock.
Same for Aaron. Just like probably like a bowl of like oatmeal with like honey and fresh fruit and stuff.
Oh.
And, like,
that sounds good.
So Oric, seeing he has everyone's attention, says, "I dreamt I was on a battlefield. It was awful. I think what made it worse was I felt separated from my lady, and I saw you guys trying to kill each other. You guys are quickly becoming the closest thing I've ever had to a family, and it broke my heart to..." And when he says this, he looks at Draco and then Aaron, and he says, "I don't want you guys to kill each other. I think we could talk about whatever we need to talk about. Our goals very similar." And then Bahamut says that this Night King or whatever he is corrupts our dreams. So that whatever happened, whatever that was, it's a twist of what could be, and we can work to make things better. We can
Hey, Cole.
be better.
Cole, how much do I know about the chasm?
Give
good.
me a history check with advantage because of your backstory.
It's been a couple centuries, but Oh, I took proficiency in history. That's a wild choice for me. Ooh, nice. That's math. 23.
You know that the chasm, there's something about it that makes it give you prophetic dreams that are the worst case scenario for any situation. Like there were a couple that you had involving your sisters and your fathers that didn't go exactly that way, but you remember thinking back to them in the moments where it could have. Thinking, I'm glad that's what could have happened. So
But part of it did, yeah.
Part of it did, but not everything about it.
Okay.
And the only one that did was your sister,
Yeah.
who died to protect you.
Yeah, I've been down here before. It's been a while, but yeah, it doesn't. Those dreams don't mean they're going to happen. It's something to look out for, and you can make the best of it. And if they show you the worst of the possibilities, which they are possibilities, not determined features, it means that you can watch out for them and use it to our advantage. If these things start coming true, to some degree, it means we know it's not the way to go, and we can veer away.
I guess I'm curious about what would lead us to be fighting each other. As far as I can tell so far, doesn't really seem to be anything that puts us at odds with each other.
What happened in your dream?
In my dream or Aaron's?
I ask it kind of to both of you. I start with Aaron. That one's more of a challenge since
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
lied to me about it. But then to Ulrich, I think it is definitely sort of a genuine question, but I am tossing it to both.
Yeah, Aaron reacts like he can he can tell that you're sort of calling him out. He's kind of, same thing has happened in Ulrich's dream. We were all fighting, and I was fighting you specifically.
And you just found yourselves on the battlefield. There's no lead up. There was nothing. You just were there. We were fighting.
The fighting.
Rick?
I just assumed it was a bad dream.
Same with you, Ulrich?
I woke up on the battlefield. There were some of you on one side and some of you on the other side. I didn't understand it, and I couldn't speak. I couldn't move. I couldn't stop it. But I think if I am able to, should something like that happen, I will stop it.
I think I'll take a moment then, and I'll look at Elle, like make eye contact, then Helia, and then Wendy, and just toss it out. Anybody else got any dreams that they want to share?
I slept like a baby. I don't know about y'all.
Okay,
Um,
great.
No dreams. And I'll give like a quick glance to Elle, not like accusatory, but just kind of like prompting, like this might be the time. Like a little bit of encouragement.
I don't get dreams, but there was something I wanted to talk to you about, to everyone about. So, you know the guy or the creature we've been hunting, Alagoth, and you know the voice that I've been hearing? That's Alagoth. He tends to possess me at times, especially when I'm in my meditative state, and he's been there as long as I've known him, and at first I thought it was just my voice. I thought it was my consciousness talking to me and making me kill everyone around me. But when I spoke to Edith, I realized that it was actually Alagoth who possessed me. So every time I meditate, I potentially might kill someone. And since you guys are kind of close to me and we're about to spend a lot of time together, I thought you guys should know that. Last night, I almost killed Helia. Yeah, but I stopped it. And I have this ring that helps me control the urge, but it doesn't always help. And I know that it's a lot to take in, and you guys are at risk if you stay close to me. So if you don't want me around, I will totally understand that. But if you are okay with me staying around, someone will need to watch me overnight so I don't accidentally murder someone.
I figure since we're in this place anyway, it's going to be dangerous. We're going to need someone to keep watch, while everyone sleeps. Anyway, and
I think Draco will sort of perk up a little bit, sort of shaking himself out of the memory of the dreams that we were talking about earlier. I mean, I don't really sleep anyway. You know, I mostly just meditate, and I mean, magically speaking, I'm pretty good at sort of keeping people in place. You know, I think we could. I don't think that'd be a problem, right? I mean, like if you wanted to come at me with a dagger, I could probably handle that. So,
you should know that sometimes they can be poisoned. I do not know how he does that, but
oh yeah, poison's no problem. I don't. Yep.
just maybe we should stock up on
Buttons.
some antidotes and spells.
Oh yeah,
Alrighty.
wait. I was gonna say, yeah. If anybody's poisoned, that's fine. I got you. Just let me know.
Yeah.
I've prepared for that now too.
Sweet. So there we go. Right? Poison's no issue.
Storm preparing her spells like, damn it, Cole.
That's a restoration. I never choose that.
Elle, do you know? I'm just curious. Are you the only one that he does this to?
I mean, if anyone has something to say, I guess, but so far
And-
I'm the only one that I know of.
And you just do whatever he asks you to do?
It's not exactly how this works. I try to resist the urges, but sometimes my mind just goes blank and I don't know where I am until I wake up next to a dead squirrel or a dead halfling sometimes, or even my parents. But yeah, most of the time I don't remember. Yeah, that happened. But it's okay. It's been a long time, so I've made my peace with it.
I'm so sorry, Elle.
What can you do when you leave a shoe, you know?
You didn't happen to ask you to steal that ring, did you?
No. That was given to me by Edith Bliss. That was kind of like a trinket in exchange for something she asked me to bring her back.
Would it work if we just like put you like in a sleeping bag up to your neck and just sewed you up and just kept you there? As long as you didn't have any sharp, pointy objects on your person when you went to sleep, it would be very hard for you to get out of the sleeping sack.
I think ideally we don't want to. I'd like to not treat Elle like a prisoner at night. Plus, then if
But
we
you
are
have
attacked,
to.
well, if we are attacked by something in the night, and we have to spring into action, we're going to need all of us to be ready and able to act.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You
saying.
have to
I feel
understand
like
something,
magically I
though.
could pretty much. It's like the sleeping bag thing, but it's like magic, you know. And then like if something happens, I could let it go, and I'd only like do that if Elle was sort of losing control, and then we'd have a moment. We could be like, hey, you know, snap out of it, maybe give you a chance to figure it out, you know. Like
I'm comfortable keeping watch as well. I'm not easily snuck up upon.
Would it work if we put a bell on? So if she was sneaking around, we'd hear the bell?
Like a cow?
What? No, like a cat.
Oh, I like that.
That, you know,
Uh,
that's an option. We could do a bell too.
Do any of us have a bell?
I don't
A
have
lot of
one on me.
Glass. I don't know.
Wendy? Wendy, you brought a whole
I
bag of
bet I
things.
could make
You
you.
must have
Let me just.
something.
I'll just whip up a glass bell for you. It'll be super cute. It'll match your hair. I'll make it pink. It'll be great. And
That
it'll have my
was
signature on the bottom. Be great. Oh, but by the
You
way,
need to
I'm
put
just
that on you.
let's backtrack to that. Okay, Alagos, right?
Yes.
Say we do manage to get to him and kill him. That's gonna help you, right?
100%. And you know what? I will share this secret with you guys. Bahamut has spoken to me and given me this knife that will help us kill him. And kill him for
Amazing.
good. So, we have advantage against him now.
We got 3 reasons we need to, get on straight to him. So I'm just laying it out there, but
And you hear,
maybe we take up to-
walking up to the table, he's like, His Royal Highness has a point. You all do have many advantages against Alagos. And,
I'm sorry.
Royal
What?
Highness?
Is who now?
oh, you were not aware that you were with a prince.
One
prince?
named a prince?
Is
It's
that like
not
a job
big
title?
deal.
In
It's okay.
essence, I apologize. I assumed you all were aware. If you have decided, I would like to inform you that we've seen movement from all of the overlords.
Well, Your Highness, I was thinking about maybe the Griffin, but I didn't realize we had a royal final say, so let me officially submit.
Oh, I was
my,
not saying that Wendy gets finals. I was simply saying they had a
No,
valid point.
No, I was trying to make a joke. It probably didn't land. That's cool, but I'll just,
I kneel.
I knew it.
There is like a solid like 5 seconds of just. And then
You're
just
probably good.
I
to
think,
it.
that's, I think that's the correct response this time.
No, don't y'all draw attention. No, don't draw attention, y'all. It's fine. It really is fine. Yeah. Okay, I got information that maybe the little spider is the way we want to go because the biggest, baddest of the baddies are gonna hurt our little friend the most. I'll just
Okay.
brush over the royalty thing and
I'm still kneeling.
Yeah, Your Highness makes a great point. Well, Highness, if it should please you, I think we maybe should go after the spider. Anybody got any anything they'd rather do?
I like squashing spiders, so we can do that first.
As long as I can get to Alagoth, I'm fine with taking whatever route you guys prefer.
I'm still kneeling.
Dude, you can
He's like,
yeah, dude.
Eric, get up. I am just Wendy to y'all. I don't listen. I will make a name for myself, but it is not gonna be that way.
Of course, Your Highness.
It's gonna be the rest of the campaign now.
I do. I think I look at Aaron and
Highness.
there's just an eyebrow shoots up, and I'm just like, yes, of
Aaron
course,
looks
Highness.
positively shook.
Listen, Your Worship, I think you're right. I think we should go after the spider. I think that makes a lot of sense. And after all, I think, the crown is yours after all, and for that reason, I think your say carries a weight that the rest of ours does not. So absolutely, Your Royal Highness.
I love the juxtaposition of Aaron like being serious, like, "Oh, Your Highness," and Draco's like, "Ah."
Aaron has no idea what to do right now.
Yeah, Draco's definitely
Just
being a parrot of parrot behavior.
There's a dude who walked up to one of those powerful.
That's exactly what it is.
This
Yeah.
is the dude who walked up to one of those powerful women in the realm shirtless, and he's like, "It'll be fine."
And I was right, is the thing. Will that be the death of me? Absolutely. But until then, I'll be right.
Fae standards of things aren't the same as humans, so
It's a little bit different, you know. Like, what are they gonna do?
For all you guys know, the Archfey could just float around naked all the time. Who knows?
You know.
Cedrus would.
Loki probably would too.
I do think if we're going after the spider, we should be at least aware, Your Royal Worship, that this griffin might pose a problem worth considering. I submit it for your royal consideration.
Forest, we'll be under canopy. You won't see us. We'll be just fine.
Aaron like leans over to Drago and like quietly like whispers into Drago's ear and just goes like, "You refer to a prince as Your Highness."
Oh, got it. Give him the wink. And then turn right back. Your worship. Lead on.
No.
I will look though, I think, as I'm sort of being as Draco's being Draco, and see if anybody else has any other opinions that they've not shared yet.
Personally, I don't think I have an opinion on it. It's pretty much the same tactic for me, no matter what we fight, whether it be in the air or on the ground.
Well, if we're gonna go after the spider first, we should get some provisions for being underground, especially spider anti-venom.
Like I said,
Right.
poison's not a problem, right? We're good
What?
there.
Does
What,
Heroes
what, what,
Feast
what if we're all poisoned?
Oh yeah, Heroes Feast takes care of that.
You're immune to poison.
We're immune to poison.
What about something against getting enwebbed? That might be useful.
Mm,
It does seem sticky. I ain't a fan
Yeah.
of sticky.
It's a sticky area.
I'd say this though, whatever we get that's going to be able to, I don't know, if we're talking about like burning through the webs, it's probably also going to be able to burn through us. So let's not go that route. I'd hate to
It's down
deal with
fireball.
acid. Yeah, right. Let's not go out that way. But you're right. I do think having something to get out of the webbing is smart.
I can pick up freedom of movement. It only worked for one person, but can get you out of such sticky situation.
Are there any merchants around or no?
Kind of. There are some people. There are herbalists, and there's a blacksmith just plying his trade and stuff like that. Which you guys are pretty set on weaponry, frankly. But there are. There's an apothecary. There's a wise woman. She seems to be making potions. A weirding woman, if you will. I watched Dune last night. It's in my head forever.
Well, I
I'm
think
thinking like shoes or something that would keep your movement speed when you're in webbed or something like that.
You all
Well,
already
how-
have pretty good boots, so
Yeah. How many of us can fly?
I guess with Brutus, yeah, but underground, I don't know how well that's gonna.
well, Brutus
translate.
go underground.
you won't be underground. You'll be under a tree line. So
Mm.
it's a forest. So Brutus will
Be,
fit.
we could maybe get some distance. I wouldn't say that we'll be able to fly necessarily. Not like you would be able to with your boots.
I technically have draconic transformation, so I could fly if I wanted to for a couple turns.
Be in the same position as me and Brutus, trying to like
Yeah.
squeeze between the trees, you know, like, okay, I can fly in this one spot for a while.
Yeah.
Let's just
What?
be eagles.
And you can use Mystic Step as well, and it's not affected by difficult terrain.
Oh yeah, I think, do I have that?
Ooh.
Yeah, Misty Step is you just teleport. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you
Yeah.
don't have to. Oh yeah, I have Misty Step. Maybe we
Um,
had like a teleport spell would help as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say I guess mine is technically Fey Step, which is very fun.
I think if we're taking on this beast, we come up with some sort of strategy. Who is doing what task in combat.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but what if we killed other spiders? Because spiders don't get caught in their own web. If we covered ourselves with the spider's armor, would we not get stuck in the spider's web? Does it work that way?
I don't know if it's that kind of effect, but I don't know. I'm not a druid. Cole, could I possibly make a nature check to if we made chitinous armor out of dead spiders, if that would give us some freedom of movement, perhaps?
I like as you're thinking, like as I watch Aaron's face like furrow into thought, I'm gonna toss out like, I mean, I love the spirit. Does anybody know how to make armor, or are we just like strapping spiders to ourselves?
Wendy, you're
Yes.
crafting?
You just want to tie spider
Glass
parts
armor?
to ourselves.
Glass
Yes.
armor.
I don't know about that.
New meanings, glass cannon.
What is this, Oblivion?
I was about to say,
Right,
this
yeah.
isn't Skyrim. It's glass is not useful.
Okay, so I'm gonna like look at Ulrich. I'm gonna be like, hey, super awesome idea. If we knew how to make armor, I'd be kind of with you. I think maybe that would also be a ton of spiders and potentially not useful. My vote would be we just like throw hands, you know, like
So Draco and Brutus, you two are more up close fighters, it seems.
yeah, put us on the front line. Yeah, I'll stick up front,
I'm-
and then Brutus can be right over top of me. We'll get at least something going on in the front lines, and then if you guys want to hang back and deal some damage from behind, I think.
I'm ranged. I can fly with my boots. If I need to, I can get up in there with you. Helia, you are, it seems, our support and healer, as it
Yeah.
were. So I think
Absolutely.
it's very important, especially perhaps in the realm of a spider that consumes light, is what was said. Perhaps we just make sure that we're protecting Helia so that she can protect us.
Yeah.
And then
In that regard, I don't know. I guess we got a couple options. Either Helia, you could stay, as far back as possible, or you could kind of stay close to me. I know being close will give you some protection to some of that stuff, and might be able to keep you close enough to be able to kind of delve out that support role. But I'm not going to ask you to stand up close if that's not something you're comfortable with.
I think probably like mid-range would be ideal. I mean, I've got decent range on most spells, but being able to stay close to you guys to use my support spells would probably be ideal.
did
well.
we see how Wandy was fighting in that first swamp encounter? I can't remember off the top of my head.
Punch.
Lots of punching, but
Air.
he hasn't shown off his wind moves. He's a windy boy.
He's a windy prince.
A wind master.
I think only the people who were like in the back at the time saw Wande fighting. So that would have been Helia, Elle, and myself.
It would have been all wind.
Mhm. There was a lot of movement in the air. That's what I saw.
He throws his hands up with the air sometimes.
You can
And
throw hands. That I saw.
and then
Throws his hands up, they're playing his song.
Elle, it seemed like you were slinging spells around, which I suppose you could probably do that from anywhere on the battlefield.
Absolutely, and I have a pretty good spell that can hold a monster in its spot for a while, so I feel like it could be helpful with the spider overlord.
Right, so, Ulrich, you seemed to have a pretty good ranged attacks, but I know, yeah, because Ulrich wears a sword, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, he does.
It's his pack weapon.
Gotcha. I know we were sort of a little all over the place. Do you have a preference for where on the battlefield you fall?
I like being mid to close range. Is my shield catches arrows. Sometimes if I'm next to someone, the arrows will change path and hit my shield instead.
It might be good then if you stick with Helia then, since both of you seem to mid-range and close. Might be good. And,
Very well. I like this plan.
and then Your Highness, you do as you see fit.
Aaron's not
Sounds
about to
good.
give recommendations to a prince.
As long as you keep doing that nifty trick to keep my clothes clean, we'll be just fine.
Of course, Your Highness.
The whole battle.
Oh,
And you want gets on this clothes.
I use my
Listen,
action on every turn, not to attack, but just to cast presence.
Just clean the clothes.
I'm waiting for us
Not
to be in
as-
combat and just to hear Aaron like, to the prince! Rally to the prince!
It'll happen.
You
It'll
wrote you wrote this backstory, Wendy. This is your idea.
I think every time he stands up now, that cloak will billow and he'll be like, stop it, stop, pull your trigger.
It's like extra dramatic now, like you
Yeah.
stand up and it just goes, like the sound
Yes.
and everything.
It has context now.
So, Muhammad just kind of goes, well, you're free to make use of any provisions. I have meetings to attend, and you leave out the front door, but just know when you leave, there's no coming back until Alagos is dead. We have to move the sanctuary.
What?
The sanctuary moves every day to avoid detection from the overlords. What I will do is move it closer to your destination. I cannot get you all the way there, but I can get you close to the forest. Let you out.
You have any, like, sending stones we can keep in touch with you, or?
Draco needs only to pray.
Yeah, I got you guys.
Prayer is a powerful thing.
I will answer any call he or Brutus makes. And he has a little... And he gestures to the coin. He gestures to one of Draco's pockets, assuming it's in there. He has a little token to help Brutus in battle.
There's like a little satchel, because again, he's just shirtless with like the leaves, you know? He's
He
like,
just points
yeah,
he points where a shirt pocket would be, and just points right at Draco's nipple, and then realizes it and points down at his satchel.
yeah, no, it's
Just
down here.
assuming. It's like, Draco has ways of getting my power once.
Also, before we get too deep, how good is everybody at being quiet and unseen?
Well, if I get the bell,
Like, if you
If
had
I
to
have a
assign
spell, I
a
can do
random
this.
arbitrary number of a plus or a minus, how, if you had to,
Brutus pops his head up. I used to be really good at it.
Yeah.
Now I'm not
I
so
give-
sure.
I give Brutus the chin scratch.
And scooches.
Under the
Little
chin
chin
action, yeah.
Yeah. I'll say this.
Storm.
If you guys are going to hide, if you guys want to take, I don't know, the path less traveled, so to speak, me and Brutus can take a different route, because we're definitely not going to be undetected. So, I'm not saying that's like the best choice. I'm just saying if you guys do want to hide, it's not going to work with me and Brutus. It just, there's no chance. I like look back at how big Brutus is. I was like, he was hard to hide before. There's no chance.
well, actually, we might be underestimating how big this forest is. Because if it's large enough to be the home of some gargantuan spider creature, we might be dealing with something quite larger than we might be thinking of, outside of the scope of
Maybe.
our home.
I look back at how brass
Maybe we can
he is.
use.
But yeah,
Maybe
there
we
is
can
also-
use that to our advantage. I mean, if you're volunteering to be loud, distraction is always.
Of course, your worship. Anything you
I
should
can-
ask of us, we will deliver to the crown.
No, it's your
Every time
highness.
he's like, oh.
It's not even Brutus's king, or it's not even Draco's kingdom.
I know. That's why it's so good. Your worship.
Well,
Let's be fair, you don't
We'll see.
know. He didn't. It wasn't clarified where he's a prince of. Could be the kingdom.
I was gonna
Could be
say,
the Frostwild. Could be the. If it's the Zillion Dynasty,
If you were to
issues.
do an insight check on Draco, I think you would find that it would not matter where you were the prince of. This
He
would
could
be
be
the
the. He
exact
could be the High
response you
Prince of the Feywild, and you'd be like, oh yeah, sure, whatever.
That'd be the exact response. Yeah.
Every time. Just, ugh.
I can turn Brutus invisible for an hour.
That gives us an hour. Look, I'm just saying, if we're sneaking, it's going to be tough. We're going to have to waste a lot of energy trying to make sure Brutus doesn't get seen. And that's imagining that he doesn't trip or slip or any number of other things that would cause sound because he is, again, big, metal, I look back, beautiful and fun dragon.
It might be worth those of us who can remain unseen to do so. Possibly get a bit of a surprise advantage when the
Yeah,
creatures
let us run
arrive.
Vanguard. We'll
Yeah.
stay out front, and then you guys can hide, a good ways behind us. And if something happens, you guys have the advantage. We're tough. It's gonna be tough to take us down quickly. So
We also need to be ready for the fact that this creature is probably going to have minions of some kind. A lot of little spiders that are going to be running around. So we'll just have to also keep in mind crowd control and things like that. So we're not taken by surprise by that.
sounds easy to me. Show up, they come out, we kill them. Right?
Sure. I'm sure there will be no problems. Figure it out, though.
So, what we're gonna do is you guys will do any shopping and anything off screen after we get back from our break, and then we will begin with Forest entering. But the last thing we'll say is, as you guys are sitting there getting ready, we'll just do this little bit of roleplay off screen. Bahamut does place a hand on Nathiel's shoulder, and he says, "Oh, I'm trusting you to keep all of them alive. And you have my trust for now. But as the God of Justice, I have a warning for you. If you
There
break
it is.
that trust, then I will break you." And he walks away.
So, shall we shop for some things?
And that's where we're going to take our break. And when we return, these guys will have done their shopping, and they will be entering Spooky Forest. Second time in not very long for Storm in one of my campaigns in a Spooky Forest. Though this time her character might actually be afraid.
Nyx is afraid of nothing.
Nyx's fear. Rora.
Heliod.
Nyx's fear. Their brother flirting with everyone.
Oh, that's an active problem, is the thing.
So we will see you all when we get back from the break. And we have returned from purchasing potions and eating sandwiches, in my case. I was a hungry dungeon master, and you don't ever want your dungeon master to be hangry, because then he just does mean things.
Fair enough.
Oh, well, I guess I'll just announce that out. Christian and Cindy. Oh, and for those of you, there is a full campaign in the works coming, not soon, in a while, but Christian and Cindy will for sure be playing in that, and so will Val, officially. And everyone else here may be playing, maybe guest starring. We don't know yet. We don't know for sure yet. Trying to feel out feelers I've put out for other people, but we're trying to get everyone involved in some way or another, whether as a main cast or guest. But before that, these guys got to deal with the shadow of the chasm. So, Bahamut leads you all to the main entrance, and he opens the golden door. And you see in front of you the entrance, there is a damp field. And just at the edge of this field, as you walk out, trees that are so tall that you can barely see the top. Miles long trees. And thickness-wise, they are about 2 Brutuses thick each. Large trees. Tall.
Yeah, I don't think Brutus is gonna have trouble hiding in these woods.
Which leads you to the realization, they said this creature needs the cover of this forest, but it barely has cover in it.
Before we leave, give me one moment before I ask, and then it ends up being not useful. I forget I can, I'm gonna ask, Bahamut if we know if, this spider creature has, a lair? A known lair?
He gestures to the forest. You're looking right at it. The entire forest is its domain.
So
Set it
no...
on fire.
It might
Like the whole
move-
Burn it down.
Right.
It moves its web as it pleases, but it does have a, let's say, main web that it sleeps.
That's what
when it sleeps, which from what we've seen is only once every month or so.
I mean, that seems like it'd probably be a good place to start, right, guys?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's
Let's scope out the woods.
So I was gonna cast. I already used my 6th level spell. I forget that there's so a few spells for things, spell slots for higher level. Heck. I'll keep it in case I have find the path. If we're getting lost, I can use that later. But I used my 6th level spell for Hero's Feast, and then I would have to use the 7th level spell for it. So if we're getting lost and not finding our way, that might be a good backup.
Show of hands, who has dark vision? Is it just the Moth Fae who doesn't have dark vision?
I have so much light. Why would I need dark vision?
That's true.
Wait, the human has dark vision?
Celestial.
Warlock
Have you
stuff.
seen my character in the D&D Beyond? It says everyone's dark vision. Look how much dark vision I have.
Do you have a ton? Why? That's crazy.
Celestial Warlock.
Did you take Devil's Sight or something?
You took Devil's
Yeah.
Sight, huh?
It's such a good one. It's such
The
a good one.
paladin trait, dude. Of course I can see angry shapes moving in the darkness like every paladin does.
It's just it's the blessing of my lady. She blesses my
grants me
eyes, and I'm able.
horrible
And then when
visages
he
in
uses
darkness.
it's just very strange. When my eyes look angelic when I use it, demon eyes pop up. It's like,
Right, we see red smoke
I mean,
in the
technically-
silhouette of darkness as this packed weapon drags across the ground, and in his mind it's this chivalrous knight showing up, and everybody else watching is like, oh my god, the devil himself.
Wait a second. What's that character's name? Team Fortress 2.
Pyro.
Yeah, meet the pyro.
Yeah, you just hear that whistling.
I played that whistling sound for a Tabaxi player when they went down for the 8th time, and I was like, only you hear this. Just played the death from Puss in Boots,
Oh, that's so good.
Oh.
and he was like, don't do that, and I was like,
Rude.
whoa, what do you mean?
This. Could you sign right here?
Yeah.
That character was so good.
Yeah, I knew
am
he was.
deaf. Not figuratively, not metaphorically, or any other way you want. I'm deaf, straight up. That movie was way better than it had any right to be.
I think I have like one thing with death. He shouldn't have said I'm death straight up. I feel like he should have said I am death incarnate, because the same voice actor who says it in English also voices it in Spanish, and saying I am death incarnate in Spanish is metal.
Well, you have to say it now.
Yeah.
True.
I don't know.
I don't know enough Spanish to say it.
Do you see this?
But
skin
it's probably
tone?
like something
I
like
don't speak
soy
Spanish.
left
Well, I could speak Spanish.
cafinal or something like that. You can Google it really quick.
Everyone we're Googling. Anyway,
Oh,
Yes. The forest.
you find yourself at the precipice of this massive forest. Brutus shakes. You see his scales kind of stick out as if they were hair standing on end. And he's... Oh, I don't like this place, man.
Yeah, I know.
Just more steps of me
I don't
making
like it
dragons cats. It's like, do we have to go in there?
Yeah, I think we do, buddy.
You owe me so many freaking cows after this.
I
So
got you.
cool.
That's really cool.
Oh my god.
Dragon.
That's canonically what Brutus looks like when he talks.
no, it's-
Uh-oh.
Frozen.
Froze. Oh, you froze for a second. Oh, she's good now. So, the forest is ominous, but somehow inviting to all of you.
Oh, I don't like that.
Something feels like something you want dearly is in this forest, and you can't quite put your fingers on what.
it's the spider trying to lure us in.
Probably.
Okay.
Bahamut just says, "Best of luck." Draco, you know how to reach me if you are in the utmost of need.
For sure, man. I'm gonna hit him with the fist bump.
Does the fist bump?
Just bump a god. No problem.
Another fist bump.
And yeah, I'm gonna head into the woods. I'm gonna look back as as I'm walking out. I'm like, so we're Vanguard. You guys hiding? Yeah, that was the plan.
Bahamut closes the door and the tree disappears.
I try not to look incredibly crestfallen as the tree vanishes.
Oh.
And Elle will be like, "Bye, Behemoth." And then just
It's Bahamut. It's fine. It's
What
fine.
is it?
That's close enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's close enough.
I love the dynamic of Draco saying things wrong upsets Aaron, and then Elle doing the same thing to Draco, and he's like, "That's how it feels. Cool."
I want it to be so. He's not connected that dot yet. Like that. Like that's how that feels. It's just that's it.
Like, how dare you?
Anyway, what I'm doing has no effect on anyone.
Aaron will he'll draw his bow, and I'll kind of go off to the side, probably like 30 feet away from everybody, like enough to be enough to still see everybody, but enough to kind of be apart and hidden.
It's our sniper.
Right, I see.
I'm in rogue mode now.
Yeah.
Eh.
Uruk is gonna stay really close to Elia. You know, that's my job now. Draco gave me a job. I'm all right. Cleric duty.
Judy.
I'm your man.
Would someone benefit from protection from evil or good or whatever spell?
Oh.
I've never understood how to use
Helia,
that
for
spell.
example. Yeah. since you have the weakness to light.
Protect the cleric.
That's what I'm thinking.
um.
Or, of course, our highness.
Mm-hmm.
So are you guys walking in kind of together or kind of separate a little bit? I know, Aaron, you said you're off to the side a little. Draco's up ahead. Wandy, where are you?
I guess he's over. I mean, he's probably by L if Ulrich's protecting Helia.
Okay, so we have Elle and so we have Helia and Ulrich, Elle and Wandy, Aaron, Draco and Brutus.
Yeah, I would like to say too, before I take the front, I will sort of just like just like a fist bump on like the side of Helia's shoulder, and I'm just like, hey, it's gonna seem this isn't weird, and connect that fist, hold it there for a second, and as I do, I think like some of those like leaves like below transfer, like one of them like hits you, and then like for just a moment, it looks like the bark of a tree just like covers your entire body, and then just sort of like dissipates a little bit. You can kind of see it in the glinting of the light if you look for it, but for the most part you can't see it. And I'm gonna cast Stone Skin at 4th level, so you have resistance to all non-magical damage.
Oh dang!
Or I guess I should say all non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage.
Oh,
Okay.
and Val, just for reference, when you drink your potion, just tell me, and I'll tell you how long you have your resistances for that potion.
Oh, the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to let me
The
know.
universal one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me know when you drink it, and I'll tell you.
I think I'm okay for now. I think I'll keep it until, like
probably Alagast, yeah.
battle. Yeah, I think so. What kind of creature is a spider considered? Like, would the protection from evil and good protect against its attacks? If I were to cast it on Wandy?
You wouldn't know that yet, because every creature in here has been different than what you're used to. You've never been to the castle. Everything down here is a little funky. Some of them might be beasts, some of them might be monstrosities, fiends, undead.
Okay, so regardless, then Elle is going to kind of touch Wandy, and Wandy is going to feel like a little like refreshing light going all over their body. He'll get protection from evil and good, where the creatures attacking them will have disadvantage on the attack rolls against them. And you also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by the creature.
Possess Wandy, and the first thing that they can do is smash all his glass.
He's gonna be like, what? What was that? I just copy
10 minutes. Here you go, Wandy. I hope that helps with your wind stuff.
I appreciate it.
Never have I seen someone accent bleed from redneck to Russian so fast. To be fair, I do it with Scottish and Russian all the time. So
hey, next time I'll be playing a barbarian, and I'm definitely gonna go with the Russian accent on that.
Do it, please.
It's so good.
So you guys walk in to the forest, and as you are walking, at first there's some light. What little light is in the chasm. Very quickly, that's gone. There's no light whatsoever to be seen. And I need everyone to give me survival checks.
Oh, great. I think as the darkness fades.
Oh, Modi. Be on your guard.
Oh god.
God dang.
Was a 7.
Yeah, I'll do you one better. Has a 3, do you?
We're in danger.
No.
I thought I did badly, but I got a 9, so...
Me too.
No. Oh no! Val?
21.
Okay. Ulrich?
I rolled a 17.
So Ulrich and Elle, everyone's kind of going in directions that, like, nothing seems to be like they're not following like the webs or anything. Draco is walking in the complete wrong direction at first until you guys go, wait, hold on. Followed the webbing probably.
Oh, right. Oh, that makes sense.
We're
That
looking
makes sense. I
for
was
the
thinking-
spider.
Right. Sorry. That's on me. Sorry, guys.
As you say that and turn around, Draco, I need you to give me a wisdom save.
With advantage.
Oh,
Actually,
no, there's gonna be a
I need
spider dropping
everyone to give me wisdom saves.
With advantage.
into you.
Except you, Helia. You would get disadvantage, so flat roll for you.
Okay.
Wait, is she within 10 feet?
I would say yes.
Then
Everyone gets the auras.
you do get the auras. So
Is that +5?
it's, I think, let me make sure I'm reading it right. I can't remember if it's advantage or if it's
It's usually a plus to it.
got a plus to
it's a
one
plus.
of them.
I think it's your
Most of the
Plus 3.
yeah.
Okay.
The
Plus 3
paladin
to all
auras,
saving throws.
they don't give advantage on anything. They just give pluses. So
Nice.
Give advantage on attack rolls. Thank you
Nice.
very much.
Heck yeah.
28 for Ulrich. Okay.
It's a
Wandy.
natural 20.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
18.
That's a 28 total
Okay.
with a natural
Oh,
20.
wow.
Aaron.
Natural
I-
20, baby.
I rolled a 14, which makes my total 13.
But
Oh,
you get the
no.
+3 from
yeah, plus 3.
I specifically said I'm
that's right,
30
feet.
feet.
and I'm sticking.
Oh
with
my
it.
god.
Al?
I didn't realize
I
that.
didn't think about that.
So you said we get advantage?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so it's
You did roll with advantage too, Jake?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my second roll was a
23
3.
and also have the cloak
Oh.
protection, so
Yeah.
24.
Nice.
So Draco, you feel for a moment like a little mist. Draco, you look over your friends. On everyone, you see this little bit of kind of like a thin veil appears for a second, but then as you all shake your heads, it disappears, with the exception of Aaron.
I'm so far away from my friends.
Oh,
You
Oh, that's right.
blink.
Are you hidden?
Aaron, you blink and your friends are gone. And you all blink and Aaron is gone.
Wait, because I was going to say, you were hidden, right? So do we
Yeah,
know
actually,
that you're gone?
cool. Could I have rolled? I was going to ask if I could roll a stealth check.
Sure.
Well, only 11. So
Yeah, no. So y'all would have known where he was, and then
yeah.
you guys, we'll say if one of you wants to look over and be like, where'd Aaron go?
I think, yeah, I think with that natural 20, as I'm looking around, I think, watching him vanish. You guys saw that too, right? That he's gone?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
Aaron?
concerned.
Aaron, buddy?
Aaron, you appear to be. You kind of look at your surroundings, and there's no webs. The trees appear smaller. You are not where you were before.
Can I discern, is this real, or am I under the effect of some sort of?
You are
illusion?
under the effect of an illusion.
Okay.
So, to you, this feels real, and you see an familiar set of a familiar helmet at your feet. Helmet of your father. And a blood trail leading away from it.
Oh,
Aaron knows that this is because we talked about how this place twists your dreams and kind of shows you the worst option of what could be happening. And I think with the hero's feast and the immunity to fear, I think he feels a little more confident than he might otherwise feel in this scenario. He takes a breath, and I imagine there is some sort of, if I thought of this ahead of time, I would have written one, but there is some sort of nightly
Creed?
what's the creed? Yeah,
A knight is sworn to valor.
Yeah, I was about to say you can just steal
Yeah.
the one from Dragon. You can
Well,
just steal the
it's
one
more-
from Dragonheart.
I think it's more like it's more like the fear is the mind killer, just because of how his father is. It's not so much of like, it's less of the like, I'm gonna rise above this. I am a pillar of knightliness. It's more of like, man, this ain't shit. So just kind of going through, I'm going through this creed, this set of tenets, for a few seconds, and reminding himself that like this is going to pass. I am in a dark place. There's dark magic happening. I'm not going to allow this dark magic to rule my emotions.
From further
But
ahead,
he is definitely nervous.
From further ahead, you just hear, and you hear a splatter.
He really wants to run forward. That 8 wisdom is really kicking him right now, but
Is that Aaron? My boy.
Aaron is going to steel himself. I'm gonna actually, yeah, he's gonna steel himself. He's going to kind of take a deep breath, and he just says, "It's not real. Your friends are real, and they're out there, and you need to find them." And he turns and just walks in a different direction.
Give me another wisdom save real quick.
With advantage.
Yeah, I still have advantage.
So that I rolled a 7. I'm going to use Indomitable.
To re-roll that? Okay.
Reroll that. Which I don't think in the reroll I get another advantage.
No.
Where'd Indomitable go? Return. Marking off my resources. Yeah. Much better. 18.
With an 18, you shake off a feeling of your own voice in the back of your mind saying, "But you could save him."
He is not there to save.
And with that 18, you hear the sounds of a lyre being played coming from behind you.
I will walk towards it.
You walk towards it and you bump in your as you bump into Ulrich. And
Aaron!
the vision
And I
around
hug him.
the vision around you fades. And where the-
Aaron hugs you back, bud.
Oh,
Aww.
and you turn to look, and the dead body of your if you turn to look, do you turn to
Yeah.
look? The dead
No,
body.
it's not there. It's not real. I don't want to see that shit.
no!
No, you don't look. Okay.
I don't look. I don't look.
You don't perceive the horrors beyond
I
your
may be an idiot,
imagination.
but I'm not dumb.
And no human mind can possibly come.
So you guys are reunited because everyone else passed their save, so they don't get to have their spooky moments for now.
But Aaron looks at you all and he just says, "I think it's best if I stay close for now."
Hmm.
Are you
Think so.
alright? Where'd you
No.
go?
I don't know.
Okay.
What did you see?
Twisted dreams. I'd rather not talk about it.
That's fair.
And you all hear a voice. Ah, the pathetic little children have come to face their fears. Oh, and one of them has come to reclaim the fear I so generously stole from them. It's been some time, Helia.
Do I recognize the voice?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the voice that's been haunting your nightmares for the past couple hundred
Couple
years.
centuries.
Yeah. I've grown stronger since you were here last. I'll have to
So have I.
I'll have to reintroduce you to your sister.
She's not here.
Is that what you think?
That's what I know.
And then the little prince who would be. entering this place for fear of ostracization from his family.
Hey now.
No matter what you
Are
do,
you-
no matter what you do, Wendy, your mother will die. And so will everyone you care about. And there's nothing you can do to stop it.
That is quite
Wait.
rude, and enough of that.
Yeah, I mean, and that's how life and death. That's the circle of life. Everyone dies eventually. Look at this disembodied voice. Being, ooh, I'm spooky. Get a job.
You mean like you, the paladin of a devil?
Former devil. She is a proper celestial lady,
Is
and
that,
you'll do well to keep her name out of your mouth.
is that what she told you? Oh, I see your fear. A fear that you'll never live up to her standards. A fear that you'll never be a true paladin. And
Me.
And speaking of fears, the little elf boy raised by a knight. Oh, I see your fear. Failing your father. You've already failed him, Aaron Kaliakin. How disappointed he must be to see how weak you are. Oh, Draco Yavier. The knight who will kill his own friends. Slaughter his own people, or slaughter his own people. What choices you have. Then there's always Menithiel. There is more fear in your head than any creature I've ever encountered. It'll be fun to pick at them. For I am no spider. I am fear itself. Welcome to my domain. Enjoy your stay. And please, do enjoy the show.
Enjoy your lack of feast while we have our heroes feast. We cannot fear.
Yeah, I'm a disembodied voice who can say spooky stuff and run away
Just
like a
because you
little.
can't fear, just because you can't fear, doesn't mean he can't really mess with your head.
A turn
think
to.
I thought it was a she.
Wendy's
thought they
looking at
said
Draco
she.
pretty sus right now.
Don't assume gender based on voice.
No, Bahamut said she.
Yeah,
You
but
said
don't-
he just now.
Well, it could be both. You don't know.
That's fair, but I was seeing if it was the same creature.
I'm gonna turn to Ulrich, who has been talking some mad trash to this disembodied voice. And honestly, hey, listen, I love the energy. I really do. Let's like dial it back a tiny bit, okay? Yeah, because we've not even seen it, right? Right. So like, let's maybe like, it's like eyes open, focus, and like if it's telling you something like.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're good. We got it. You're good. I like the spirit. The spirit's good. Your heart's in the right place. Let's just not like provoke. Let's like defend, but like let's not provoke. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
we wanna be the first one to throw hands. We don't wanna provoke it into throwing hands at us first when we don't know where it is.
I just sort of thought that if he wanted to attack us now, he would attack. So if we provoked him into attacking us before he was properly ready, thinking he had the element of surprise, we could get him. I mean, why delay?
This is
If-
this is not a creature that is going to be goaded into attacking us.
He wants
They're playing with their food.
right. She doesn't.
Oh no. And we've had that hero feast and I've been cooking. We're all very nutritious.
I'm not that kind of meal, I don't think.
Maybe actually, right? This is spider to some extent, right? So maybe both.
Maybe both. Maybe
I'm
both.
gonna say like let's like hunker down. Let's just like focus up. Let's get like our minds right, because I think we're good, right? Let's just not try and make it attack more, because obviously, like, Aaron knows that this can go pretty downhill pretty fast, And I don't really want to see how far downhill and how quickly that can go. And we don't really know what you're capable of. Like, we don't know what I'm capable of or what any of us are capable of if we think that we're doing something that we're not doing. So,
Did everybody hear everybody's fears?
Oh,
Did we
yeah.
hear all of that?
He heard everything.
Okay.
You all heard everything. And he just... Oh, yes, by all means, sit and wait. Just avoid your problems. Seems to be your go-to, Draco.
okay.
Helia, did he say you've been down here before?
Yes. I did mention that, I think. It's been a while.
Who this is that is talking to us?
It's a good question because this is something that, again, Cole has added to my backstory that I do not know.
Hey, no, this was in your backstory. It's the thing that was chasing you.
No, like, you have given it more information than I had put in there. I said drow. I did not, I think. No. Oh, no, Drider.
Ooh, Drider.
To be fair,
but
Helia,
I didn't
know-
specify.
You don't know how this thing knows you are. You can assume that it was part of the group that attacked you.
Well, you
but
said it sounded familiar.
It does sound familiar because you've heard the voice.
Yeah.
They were yelling. You know the voice. You just don't know. You didn't know it was this kind of creature, possibly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It was a long time ago when I was a kid. But I was trapped down here for... Honestly, I don't really remember how long. But it... When we were escaping, something was chasing us. Many things, honestly. And... yeah. Voice sounds familiar from that. So it's been a couple of centuries. Not really a voice you forget, though.
You okay?
Was there anything that helped get rid of it?
Let's see what I put in the backstory. Probably not. No, we ran. We didn't fight it. My sister got me out. One of my sisters. So, no, we didn't fight it. It was just mostly blind luck.
I'm sorry. Is your sister still there? Gone?
They killed her when we were escaping. She kind of defended me on the way out.
Oh.
So I could leave.
Sorry.
It was a while ago. But thank you.
Well, let's kill this creature and avenge your sister's death.
I like that
We
plan.
can get its eyes too.
Yeah, you can. You like eyes? Is that a?
It's just a thing, you know. You need a trophy, and eyes seem like a perfect thing, you know.
Sure.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
make
like
him
a,
into a dude.
like a window to the soul, I guess. Right. That's
And
kind of
you can make
interesting.
jewelry, you know. Make a ring. Make it watch things, you know. Easy live.
Nice service, good. Everybody has a hobby.
Hi, jewelry.
So, does anyone have any spells to protect us against being frightened? Because it seems like this creature has a lot to do with fear.
Breakfast should. Hero's Feast makes you immune to fear.
Oh. Thanks, Helia.
Even though we cannot have fear imposed upon us, this thing will still show you things that will make you afraid.
And raise questions.
I think confuse and doubt, confusion and doubt are still options. Anger.
Well, guess there's no better time than now. Shall we go investigate some more?
Might as well.
Stick together and yeah, keep moving.
Yeah.
Stick
Keep
together.
close.
Let's
Keep close.
not do any of that Scooby-Doo stuff.
Mhm.
I know that world would know what Scooby-Doo is.
Brutus like,
No, I've
Brutus
seen-
is
I've
like,
seen that play.
yo, what's Scooby Doo, Draco?
You remember we read those the crystal, it was like, and the gang, and they were with the mysteries. We used to watch them all the time.
Oh, with Erdrick the Paladin with his weirdly orange chainmail.
Yep.
And Seamus Redwood the Ranger, right?
Totally right. And I was always like, yeah, I'm Seamus and you're
Oh
Scuba.
yeah, because he had that dire wolf.
Yeah. I was like, that's us, So that's the show we're talking
Right.
about. It's good. It was good. That was a good reference, Al. I like that. That was actually a really good show. I'm surprised you've seen it, but yeah, no, really good.
You
Really good.
showed it to me when you ate those mushrooms that druid gave you.
Oh right on. Oh yeah, that was good. No, I was surprised Elle had seen it. I know you've seen it, dude. I mean, the mushrooms were good. Anyway, I'm sorry.
We need to get more of those.
We do. We'll talk about. We should dial in. But good reference, Al. I like it. That's good.
You
good.
got it, Draco.
Cole just made Scooby-Doo canon in his world.
I did.
Mystery gang.
You have to deal with the repercussions of this now.
Next campaign, Jake's gonna show up as a guest character as Erdrick the Mighty.
Come on,
It's,
gang.
yeah.
We gotta kill the
Gang? A door.
Let's split
up.
Inside. We'll never know.
Let's make a trap.
I cannot.
Come on, gang.
Oh, what have I done?
So I think I'm gonna.
Wait.
It's okay. It's fine. I mean, Scrappy's canon.
Oh no.
I don't
He's a
think
knoll.
Scrappy's even
We haven't
canon in the
gotten that
later
far yet.
Scooby-Doo shows.
He's a knoll.
Yeah.
Scrappy's
I-
a knoll.
What was it? Yeah, I was gonna say Scrappy in what was it? Mystery Incorporated? Or somebody brought up Scrappy and they were like, we don't talk about Scrappy. And this was in the show.
That's funny.
And
So- Anyway, you guys, that is, we're finishing off that Red Bull. Cool. You guys
Eat it.
are sitting in this little, well, not clearing because the trees are just so big that there's lots of space between all of them. And it no longer feels claustrophobic for you anymore, Aaron, because the trees have gone back to their normal size. And you can follow the trail of the webs still. They're not very thick yet. Yes.
We'll probably get lost. So I'm thinking, I have a dagger, and I want to carve into the tree, pointing in the direction we came from, just so that if we're ever in this area, we know less where to go. But before I start doing that, ask Draco. He's a very tree fey looking kind of fellow, and that might be disrespectful to trees.
I look at the dagger and I look at the trees and I look back at you like, they're not my trees.
Yep, that works.
Yeah.
And I purposefully spell "once upon a time" incorrectly and point at the beginning, because if someone tries to write this all over the place, they'll probably spell it correctly because they know what I was trying to say, but they did it wrong.
I love the difference in Draco, who's like, all right, the webs move in this direction, and I know that now. Versus, okay, I'm marking the trees. I'm going to spell out "once upon a time." I'm going to spell it wrong in case some kind of entity tries to mimic what I'm doing. I love the dichotomy there.
So, are you guys just gonna follow the, well, not just webs, but you can see on the trees there are normal-sized tiny spiders all over the trees.
Gross.
Yeah.
Eldridge. No, just kidding.
Blast.
And combat started with a swarm of normal-sized spiders.
The whole forest goes on fire.
Let me go get my work van. I've got this.
Have you seen that meme where it's like, if Spider-Man was realistic and it's Peter Parker taking his mask off, MJ, I'm Spider-Man, and she just does the hairspray with the lighter thing, like, because he's a spider. It's like, no! So, you guys progress along the path, and as you keep moving forward, I assuming somewhat similar marching order, except Aaron much closer now.
Yeah, Aaron's visibly not okay.
Oh.
He kind of like how it was after the battle, like the mask of him being this like he looks like a scared kid wearing armor. He's still ready to go, but like
I was gonna say, I think Draco, I would imagine after especially having this sort of like group conference, would clock that, especially with as much as we've talked recently. So as we're going, I'm just gonna kind of call back. Aaron, actually, could you come up here, just to make me feel better, because I don't 100% know where I'm going, and if anybody's gonna see something coming, it's probably gonna be you.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. And
I think as soon as you get up there, I'm just gonna like sort of like just murmur under my breath to you. I hate this place. I really, really hate this place.
he smiles in the way that someone, like, you know how people smile when they're trying not to show every other emotion they're feeling. Just that kind of like, be glad to get out of here.
Yeah. Soon. We got this. Yeah. You got this.
Yeah.
So as you guys, I'm just imagining Aaron doing the white guy smile.
It's so much sadder than that.
Oh.
I'm imagining. I just watched the interview with what's his face, the guy from Peaky Blinders, when he's like laughing and it just goes into this complete dead expression. He's like, and that's
Dark. Well, it's my fault. So, you guys continue marching on, and as you keep going, the spider webs get thicker and thicker. Until at one point, you get to a place where there's just, you can't really proceed forward without doing something about the webs.
Hi. Let's see. Do I have any low level? Oh, that'll work.
Cast some wind.
I mean, we can do that, but also
I don't know. Make them hot
you know,
like some spots.
hold out my hands and cast burning hands.
The webs catch flame, and they start to burn slowly. It takes them a while just because they're so thick, but eventually they do part. And you guys see inside, and there are you guys gonna walk in quietly is my question, or charge in? Because there are things in there.
It's
I'm-
spider webs. I think we're easing in. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going
Mhm,
quietly.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna go in. Yeah, I'll probably lead the way in. I've I think right on the edge of the forest, I would have sort of like summoned that like very autumnal themed armor. I've got the halberd out. And so I figured me and Brutus are going in, but we're definitely not screaming about it. I don't know how quietly Brutus can move, but
I'm gonna give him a stealth check, or you can roll him a stealth check. Your choice.
Well,
right, let me give him a roll. Oh, I guess I can roll for both of us.
Yeah. Everyone, roll me stealth.
what do these things in Eldritch Blast range look?
Well, there's about 30 giant spiders scurrying everywhere along the webs above, and then there are looking to be about 10 humanoid creatures with spider lower bodies, and they look to be devouring a corpse.
I don't know why my dice love me today. That's an 18 for me and a natural 20 for Brutus.
Sweet.
Dang.
Never in my life have I rolled this well. And I thought with the 3 out the gate that we were just going to have another Christian Carlson dice session.
Sorry.
Something in the air changed.
So what is everyone else rolling?
18. Because I have a dex
17.
cleric now, and not a strength cleric.
18.
It's weird having a plus to my dex.
Val's face
like
is
it.
telling me that the good times do not keep coming.
10.
Uh-oh.
Ulrich?
9.
Wandy?
Why are we counting down?
17.
Okay, let me roll there. So what's funny is all of you seem to go unnoticed, and you kind of move around, and they are everywhere. And then
You're not paying attention.
they weren't paying attention at first, and then Ulrich steps in, crunches on a bone, and all of the Driders at once just whip around and look right at Ulrich, and all the spiders start to descend from above around Ulrich, and what time? It's getting a little late, so that's what we're actually going to call tonight's session. And next session's going to start with the spider and Drider encounter.
No.
I love the idea that they're like all staring at Ulrich, and you just see a like young dragon,
Brutus
and
is-
like, dude, yeah, the halberd out, like orange and gold armor, like just somehow still hidden off. You have to, like let's get out of here, Scoob.
I'm picturing Brutus doing a Kronk's New Groove, or Emperor's New Groove Kronk.
Your legs do the.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we both do.
And then
We have a Scooby-Doo chase scene through the
But-
forest of us just like running in and out of trees.
Benny Hills is playing.
The dra-
So, with that next session, our party will begin their encounter with the Driders and Spiders, and if they survive, which they probably will, progress further into the forest, possibly finding the Spider of Fear deeper within, and killing him, or her, or whatever they are. They.
It
Does
will
Cole remember
die,
their
whatever.
pronouns? Who knows?
I'm the GM, and I don't
Expressed
know.
Beyond the concept of gender.
True.
Fair enough. That's it. She
So,
thing.
When
We
we
will change its pronouns to was work.
Be respectful.
Yeah.
was work. So when we return next session, they will begin their encounter, and we'll progress further into the shadow of the chasm. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see y'all next time.